We're in for another neighborhood treat, neighborhood tour. But the thing is, this is a large neighborhood and there's so much to show you. And the reason why I love this neighborhood is because we used to live in this neighborhood. And so I'm trying to figure out like the best way to show you and give you like an idea of what the neighborhood is like and show you as much as possible. But I'm gonna have to do a lot of cuts because the area is huge and we're gonna have to just skip. Otherwise this video is gonna be 2 hours long. So today we're gonna tour the area of Marville. It's right outside the city center. Gorgeous. And before we do that, we're looking for a place to eat, a new place that we've never been to. And it's a place that was recommended to us by a good friend of mine. I think it's called Casa Estela y Virgilio, and it's right by the old church here in Marville, as you can see. So right now we're in the center of Marville, and this is what it looks like. And I want to take you over there because there's a lot of nature there and there's a lot of history in that area just on the other side. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Right now we first have to get some food into us. We're gonna look for Casa Estela and then carry on from there. Okay, I still don't know where it is, but I'm guessing it could be what's behind this wall. Look how beautiful this wall is. I'm thinking this might be it. It's supposed to be this like this bed and breakfast that looks kind of like a museum, and it's really nice inside and they serve exquisite food. So hopefully I'll tell you in a second if this is it. All right, I think we found it, and it is on the other side of this wall. There it is. The arrow points this way. Oh no, it's not. The wall was this way, but the place we're going to is this way. So again, just take note how beautiful the neighborhood is, how smooth the streets are. All right, we're gonna go inside and I'll see you in there. Here we go. So it looks like a house, as a lot of the really great restaurants in Guanajuato are in homes. Look, there's a nice garden, nice entrance. Oh, this is beautiful. By the looks of it, I can already tell that the food is also going to be delicious. And look at the view of the mountains in the distance. Okay, I'm gonna go in here at the same time you're seeing this. And this is gorgeous inside. Look at this place. It's like, it really is like a museum in here. Look at the lights up at the top. And a fountain in the middle of the home. You've got a kitchen right there. Ooh, this is gorgeous. Before I sit down, I just want to check out this room too. Look at this. You've got a Boveda ceiling, nice lamp. Look at that. What a gorgeous place to have breakfast. Don't you think? Let me know in the comments what you think of this place. Would you eat here without seeing the menu? I'll show you the menu in just a second. All right, so the coffee has been poured and now we can take a look at the menu. So at first glance, I mean, first of all, look at this menu. How awesome is this? It's, you know, it's on the pricier side of typical menus in town, but you're also paying for the location. So for example, this is what I'm having. I'm having the Plato O'Higgins. It's two scrambled eggs, bacon, German sausage, mashed potatoes, and two pancakes for 200 pesos. which equates to roughly $10. Again, not bad, right? You can't get this selection at your local IHOP in the United States. I mean, what IHOP has this kind of decor and ambiance, right? You're literally paying for the experience here. And so far, I feel like the food's gonna be good. This place comes highly recommended. Guess what? Okay, so while we were waiting for our meal, I asked the manager if we can take a tour of a couple of the rooms because this is a bed and breakfast as well. And it's supposed to be very beautiful, so I'm gonna show you that as well after we eat our breakfast. But for now, I didn't even know this stuff was included. I'll show you. Look at this. You get a plate of yogurt and fruits and 2 pastries that I know were probably, they look, oh, they're so warm. They're warm, Nessa. Yum. Oh, these are fresh out of the oven. And this comes with our meal. So remember, my meal was 200 pesos and I haven't even shown you that yet. And this right here is 200 pesos if I was in LA. Already I feel like we're winning today. We're winning. Listen, I count my blessings everywhere I go, and this is one of those. All right, I'll see you in the next... No, not see you in the next video. I'll see you when the food arrives. Food's still not here, but this is worth noting, just in case you find yourself here at, it's called Estela y Virgilio. This right here, this little muffin that looks so like simple and innocent right there on that plate is the best thing I put in my mouth all day. That in itself, I want like 10 more of those. But I still have a breakfast to look forward to, and I cannot wait. I can't wait. And here it is. Okay, this is my 200 peso meal. I've got my 2 little pancakes. I've got my hash browns, 2 eggs, bacon, German sausage. I'm about to get a refill on coffee. Nesto here is having his 2 little balls here. I'm just kidding. 2 little muffins. I don't know what these are. Biscuits. You've got your steak. You've got chilaquiles. Yum. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, we just paid for our meal, and now we're gonna go check out one of the rooms, what the rooms look like, in case you want to stay here. By the way, you want to know how much we paid for that meal for both of us? 400 pesos, which is about $20. Can you believe that? Okay, we're now gonna go into one of the rooms. So this is hacienda style. Again, bed and breakfast. The rooms are all lined up here on the hallways. They wrap around the main plaza or main communal area. But this is my first time seeing this with you guys. So look at this. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at this bed frame. I want you to just see how gorgeous that is. Ooh, look at that ceiling. Wow. Okay. Oh, there's an upstairs. Okay. So I was just motioned to go upstairs. So there's closet space here for your things. And look at this. This is gorgeous. We're gonna go upstairs real quick just so we can see. Wow, and this is just one of the rooms. Oh, wow. There is a seating area upstairs. And there's the boveda ceiling. The glass window, or the stained glass window. You've got another double bed here, or 2 twin beds. with the frame, and look at these windows. Look at your view. You've got the view of the Sierras. Ooh, you've got La Bufa up there. By the way, that's great hiking up there. There's the old church. We're gonna go down there next. I'll show you what that is and what the significance of that place is. But that's the view. And another Boveda ceiling. Look at the light that comes down from that. I know this isn't one of those typical property tours that we do, but when you discover a new place like this, there's a bassinet. Okay, that's a little interesting in case you come here with a baby. But this was just a new discovery for us, for this place. I've never been here before. All right, so that's just looking over the balcony here. And I just want to see the bathroom. Gonna go down the stairs. I love the sound of my shoes against this wood. It's just so ancient sounding. It's just so old. Okay, we're gonna go into the bathroom, and I want to show you. Okay, nice standard bathroom. It's really nice, actually. You've got your brick ceiling, got plenty of towel space or towels, and a nice bath. And let's see, the toilets. There's a bidet and a toilet. Wow. Okay. That was a nice tour. Wow. And again, when you want to go eat, you come eat here in the restaurant. Wow. Let's just see real quick if the rooms are all the same. This is another room with just two twin beds, and look at the lamp. Look at this lighting. No upstairs on this one. And whew, this place is just absolutely gorgeous. All right, so let's carry on with our neighborhood tour. We're gonna head on out, and if you're ever here in town and you wanna stay right out of town in Marfil, you gotta check this place out. So let's check out the rest of the neighborhood. All right, we just left the restaurant, and now this is kind of like a view of the surrounding neighborhood. It's really nice. I'm not familiar with this particular street, but there's some good properties here. Across the street, you've got the Jean Byron Museum with another amazing restaurant called Pushqua that we eat at maybe once or twice a month. And what I want to do is take you down to the Riverwalk. This place has a lot of history here in Guanajuato. And before I go into it, let's get down there and so you can see for yourself. All right, so just to give you an idea of where I am, we just walked down the road from the last clip, and that's where we started, at that church. So we kind of just like did a little wrap around from the restaurant where we started, looked to the restaurant up here, and just walked back. And this is the area I wanted to show you next, which is the Camino Antigua. This is, I think, also known as Camino Real. And the history of this road, it's like, I think a 500-year-old, maybe even more, road. This is one of the first roads owned by the Spaniards, and this is the road that they used to take all of the gold and silver out of Guanajuato and ship it out. And the road actually extends, I believe, all the way to California. It's a very long road. And the beautiful part about why I love this area so much is that we used to live here. We used to live actually just right on the other side of the road, and I used to take the dogs here for walks, and I can't wait till you see how gorgeous this area is. I'm not going to take you through the entire river walk, but as you can see, there's a nice little river. Right now it's looking more like a creek, but whenever you need to get out of the city center and you need a little nature, this is one of those areas that you can go to and just enjoy a little solitude. Okay, while we're here, actually, I need to be very honest with you. I would never go swimming in that water. And sometimes that water kind of smells like dark water, like sewage water, because I believe that there's a hotel up the road of this Camino, a beautiful hacienda, one of the oldest haciendas here in Guanajuato. And this is where their sewage line dumps out of. I don't know. Hey, listen, you can't win them all. Can't be perfect, right? But look at this. Look at this church. This is the pathway. This is the Camino. This part right here goes about 3 kilometers that way, and then 3 kilometers back here. So it's a nice little jog or walk. We're gonna just keep walking here. This is one of my favorite houses here. To tell you the truth, I don't even know if that red house right there is an actual house or the facade of a much bigger area. You never know what's behind these walls, but just look how beautiful that is and the way that church goes. So imagine just taking a jog here in the morning. Right now we're directly under the sun, so the lighting isn't the best, and you know, even when the lighting isn't the best, it still looks stunning. This house at one point was for sale. I'm not sure if it's still for sale, but it's gorgeous in there. And Nestor just told me that it's also an Airbnb. They're probably just trying to make money from it right now. Well, they're in the process of selling it, but when we used to live here, we used to come down from this little bridge here from our house to take our walk that way with our dogs. And as you can see, it's a nice quiet walking path, and it's lined with beautiful, gorgeous homes, deep and rich with history. Look at the stonework of, that's just a driveway. This one is just a driveway to a home, if you can just imagine. So all along this path here are full of gorgeous homes, lots of nature, lots and lots of nature. So this is the Camino Real, Camino Antigua section of Marville, and I just wanted to show you. Again, I could do a whole video here, but I'm trying to give you the Cliff's Notes of what Marville is like. So now we are at the Kiosco de Marville. This is kind of like this area's town square, if you would call it that. It's a park, and this is kind of like the center of Marville. It's just a park, and on, I think, the weekends they do like markets here where you can buy veggies and fresh produce. But there are more homes up there, and we used to live right on the other side of that street. But there's one more area I want to show you before we wrap this video up, and it's one of the most beautiful parts of Marville that you've got to see. And then I have to do a little bit of commentary on kind of like what the neighborhood is like from someone who's actually lived here and experienced this. So, by the way, I just wanted you to see kind of like the ground that you walk on here in Marville. The sidewalks are not the most evenly paved, if paved at all. So if you are, you know, mobile, like you're not so, why can't I find the right words? If you can't walk that easily, if you need a wheelchair, I just want you to see kind of like the pathways that you would need to walk. Like, okay, this is even here, but all of a sudden you've got these steps. Yes, could you go around? Yes. But then after that, you've got another set of steps. And then when you cross the street to the other side, you've got cobblestone. And this is all incline right now. We're walking up right now. So this requires someone with a little bit of stamina. And believe it or not, this is one of the flatter parts of Guanajuato. I know, right? But I'll tell you one thing, if you are capable of walking and if you have the goal of getting in shape, this is one of those areas where it's really nice to live, because there are parts of Marville that is super quiet, like where we were just at, and there's parts of Marville where dogs just seem to love to sing in choir. And I have to show you to be able to describe it to you, because Marville is kind of like in a little ravine like this, and on one side is the quiet side, and on the other side is full of like neighbors with dogs, and you can kind of hear the dogs bark at each other from either side. And I don't know if they're talking to each other or trying to instigate each other. But here's another thing. If you were in a wheelchair, you were walking, and then you have to navigate yourself around this. So it's a little challenging if you're not that mobile, or if you're not that careful with, you know, where you walk. But I think with the next thing that I'm showing you, this is gonna really seal the deal for you, whether or not you call Marville a place to call home. Look at that. Look at some of those gardens. I don't know if you can see in the distance, but we're gonna get a closer look in just a moment. We're almost there. Bear with me here. But I also want you to get a sense of the traffic. We're in midday right now, and these are the cars and kind of like the vehicles that pass by, and these are the sounds of, quote, traffic. There's a street dog coming up ahead, and while this dog looks huge, most street dogs here are super harmless and friendly. They are super harmless and friendly. They've learned to coexist with humans. All right, so I want to show you this gorgeous, gorgeous site and place to relax here in Marville. Oh, this is one of the reasons why we moved here in the first place. It's this, the Pressa. You have your own Pressa, and look at that stonework and those statues. Look at this little Pressa. On one side you've got water, the other side you have a park, and you also have a little walking area if you want to enjoy your morning coffee near a body of water. Maybe do some meditating or some yoga. You can come down here from your house and enjoy a nice little walking path. Granted, it's not the biggest Pressa, right? It stops right over there where you can see there's the Marville Sports Club. So if you want to work out, that area is gorgeous. But the one downside to that area, because we've walked in that area before, lots of dogs, lots of properties with dogs in the garages, and like when you walk through the street, they just in unison start barking. Again, I don't mind it too much, because after a while of living here, it just blends in with nature, with everything else. We lived on that side, so we didn't get as much of the dog sounds. And plus, when you've got this, listen to this right now. Can you hear any dogs? No, but I'm sure you just saw the fish come up for water, as I just did. All I hear are birds. So this is a gorgeous area. And as we walk to our car now, I'm going to show you kind of like where the restaurants are and the eateries and the cafes are. All right, so we're making our way out of the Pressa, the little reservoir, and we're going to walk right back up to the street. And as you'll see, we're going to walk through there and then up those stairs, and I'll show you what's right on that side. Here we go. We're walking up the steps, and immediately as you walk up the steps, you've got your row of restaurants here. One of the best pizza places in Guanajuato is right here on this row. There's a couple coffee shops here. Our favorite coffee shop is right there, called Ingrata or Ingrato Cafe. You've got parking here if you want to park your car. In case you want to take a bus, the bus picks you up and drops you off right here, right in front of this stop right here. And let's say you lived behind this cafe, is where we used to live. You could literally just walk down this little cobblestone street. One of the reasons why we kind of moved out of here was not primarily because of the cobblestone, but it's kind of hard on the feet, especially when you walk a lot and the stones are very uneven. But the beauty of this place is worth it, especially if you've got strong feet, strong legs. And this side of Marville is really gorgeous. So there's homes all along the street, lots of nature. This is what the homes look like, and it's fairly quiet. Again, don't get me wrong, there are neighbors here with dogs, and I always try to mention where the dog heavy areas are, just so that you have the right expectations. But if you can forgive my heavy breathing, whew, if you don't mind the sounds and you're able to tune it out, Marville is a gorgeous and very, very safe neighborhood. This is a very wealthy neighborhood, and some of these homes I've seen go for sale for, how much was that, Nesto? Like 16 million?
Oh yeah, we're gonna see.
Oh, I think we're gonna pass it. There's the Porsche, right in front of me. So this is a well-off, well-to-do neighborhood, but there are lots of areas here, lots of homes that you can rent. To buy, I think it's around that range, in the 5 million and up range pesos.
I mean, it depends on the house, because that one, it's haciendas.
It depends on the house, because sometimes what you see in the front. Oh, here's an example of dogs. Here we go. I remember these dogs. There's a lot of them. See? Look at these guys. I love them. But here's another example of sidewalks. It's like, if you're not paying attention, you're just gonna take one wrong step and twist your ankle, right? So I want you to be mindful of that. Normally people just walk on the street, but when you walk on the street, you're risking twisting your ankle on the cobblestone. So you just have to be a very careful walker when you're walking around Marville, and in Mexico in general. Mexico's not known for its smooth sidewalks and well manicured streets, but that's the beauty of it. Look at this. Look at this doorway to this house. or whatever is behind there. We don't even know because it's inside of a wall fortress. But here's an example of a house that from when we were checking it out was selling for 16 million. I'm not quite sure how much that is in dollars at the moment, but this is the house right here. 16 million, and I'm sure it extends far back, and I believe it has a swimming pool. But look at the neighborhood you're in. Very chill. And that's where we were. I hope that you were able to get a good idea of Marville, of this neighborhood, that I was able to show you, you know, as much as I could at this daylight. The best time to really come here is at magic hour when the sun's going down, or early in the morning when the sun's going up, because the light that just hits off of and bounces off of the buildings, and especially the Pressa, ooh, it's art worthy. So if you're an artist, and I know there's a few artists in this community that we have here on YouTube, this is an artist's heaven. If you love to paint, if you love to draw, if you love to take pictures, every corner is a picture worthy corner. Marville is one of those neighborhoods, and it's a very underrated neighborhood here in Guanajuato because most people want to stay in town. But remember the bus stop that I showed you? That's a 7 peso bus trip into Centro, and within 10 minutes you're in town. You're in the center of town, and for another 7 pesos you can come right back. So for 14 pesos, less than $1, you can go in and out of town from Marville and enjoy the peace and quiet and solitude and safety of this part of town. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this neighborhood. I hope you enjoyed this tour. I know we went to restaurants, we went to churches. It was a lot, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have like a better feel and a better idea of this part of town called Marville. All right, I'm Angelito. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.